Are you ready for postpartum? I don't just mean like, are you ready to hold your baby and cuddle with your baby all day long? I mean, are you ready for the tidal wave of emotions, for the hormone imbalances, for the mood shifts, for the sleepless nights? The first 10 to 15 days can be so intense. But today we're gonna talk about how you can make it through with a little more grace and hopefully a few less tears. If you're new around here, I'm Nicole with New Mama Wellness, and we like to talk about how to thrive in pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Today, we're gonna be sharing some simple remedies for postpartum. We're gonna talk about sleep and energy, mental health, and finally, some natural remedies to help you feel better physically. First, let's talk about sleep and energy because you're really gonna want to know about this when you're postpartum. The first tip is something that people don't talk about very often, and that is to get morning sun. This helps to reset your circadian rhythm so that you feel more awake and alive during the day, and at night, your body produces melatonin so that, when your baby is sleeping, that you can sleep too. The second tip is something that I really wish that I would have processed before giving birth and before postpartum, and that is expectations. I remember sometimes I would expect my baby to sleep till like 9 a.m. and I would get really frustrated that he wasn't. And if I would have just simply had the right expectations and not expect to get a ton of sleep during the first few weeks, I would have been a much happier mom and much more peaceful. The third one is gentle movement. Once you are past that point where your provider has okayed you to do some gentle movement, not any crazy exercising, this actually helps to give you energy. And I know it sounds a little bit backwards, but there have been studies that have shown that moving your body, exercising, getting that gentle movement in does give you energy. The next one is kind of cliche, but sleep when the baby sleeps. And this one does really help. It's easy to ignore, but don't ignore that one. Like when the baby's napping, just nap with the baby, like at the same time. Don't try to get up and like do everything, just sleep. You need your sleep. And the last one for sleep and energy is share night feedings. Now this may not be possible for some families, I understand, but if you can, have your partner take a night feeding. We did not do this one. Looking back, I really wish we did because I've heard people say that it's just a game changer to get, that 5 or 6 hours of sleep in a row, and it just really helps those first couple weeks. So see if you can work a system out that works for you and your family. Next, we're going to talk about mental health. This is so important for new moms and something that is so easy to overlook, but it really matters to you and it really matters to the people around you and to your baby. So let's talk about some mental health. Just some simple things. Take 5 to 10 minutes a day for yourself, just to focus on yourself, have someone take the baby and practice some of these things. You can do some mindfulness, a full body scan, and I'll just demonstrate that a little bit. So I like to go just kind of from the top of my head all the way to my toes and just practice focusing on an area of your body and just notice without judgment how it feels. So I'm just going to kind of focus up here for a minute. And I'm just noticing without judgment how I feel. The next one you can do is journaling. I love to journal. I know that some people don't like to journal, but just getting your thoughts down, even if it's just like one paragraph or a couple sentences about the good things, about the hard things, whatever comes to mind, it doesn't really matter. Another thing you can do is breath work. One way that I like to practice this, there's a lot of different ways, but is breathing in for 4 seconds. And then holding, and then breathing out for 7 seconds slowly. And holding. You can repeat it until your body feels calm and really just focus on your breath. A really cool trick is to take a shower and to put fresh clothes on. And this actually changes something like psychologically, that it changes your mood. So when you kind of, get out of those PJs or whatever you slept in and get some fresh clothes on, even if they're your like comfy postpartum clothes, like that's fine too. Just get some fresh clothes on. If you want to do a little bit of makeup, that also just kind of helps to reset. There are probably a lot of other self-care activities that you like to do. I just shared a few ideas to help get your mind running and thinking of ideas, but take those 5 to 10 minutes a day for yourself. Like, it does matter to you and those people around you. And just a note here, it is normal to feel overwhelmed, to be crying, for it to be hard. But if you feel like the sadness lingers really long, or you're having thoughts of harming yourself or your baby, be sure to reach out to your provider, your OBGYN, your midwife. That could be a sign of postpartum depression, and you don't want to go through that alone. So be sure to get help if you notice those things happening. Before we move on, I'm going to share kind of a foundational postpartum principle, and that is 5-5-5. Now, if you haven't heard of this, I'm going to explain it to you, but this is so important for healing. 5-5-5 is 5 days in the bed, 5 days on the bed, and 5 days around the bed. And why do we need to do this? Basically, after birth, you're recovering, you feel really bad, things are painful, but you also have a dinner plate size wound inside your body from your placenta. And if you had that like on your leg, you wouldn't be like trying to bounce back. You would be in bed resting until you're healed. So try to just, that kind of helps me to just keep that in mind, that there is a huge wound on the inside of your body that is still healing. So let's talk about the 5-5-5 quickly. 5 days in the bed. This is when you want to just get rest, cuddle with your baby. Obviously, you will need to go to the bathroom and taking care of hygiene things, but that should basically be the only thing you're doing. Like, try to have your partner or loved one bring you food, bring you water, whatever you need. Just focus on healing and resting during those first 5 days. The next 5 days are on the bed, and this is where, you can introduce a little bit of gentle movement if you feel comfortable, and if your provider has okayed it. You can welcome some visitors into the room, but don't go overboard. Feel free to set boundaries with visitors. And then the last 5 days are going to be around the bed. So this is where you can kind of migrate to another room in the house or migrate outside. Think like you're still resting, but you're adding a little more movement. Try to avoid stairs and quick movements. Keep taking it slow. Keep kind of transitioning into your new life with your new family. The next big thing before we jump into all of the natural remedies is your village. I want you to think about your village before postpartum, because you know how they say like it takes a village to raise a child. Well, that starts from like day one. Postpartum is not something to just try to power through on your own. Even if you have a partner that's supporting you, me and my husband, we found out very quickly that we needed more support than just us. So don't try to tough it up. Ask for specific help. Can you wash the dishes? Can you bring me a snack and water? Hey, can you hold the baby while I take a shower? Like, whatever is helpful for you, ask for that specific help. And if you're a mama that has gone through postpartum and you have specific things that you've asked for, drop it in the comments so that other new moms can get ideas. Okay, let's jump into all of the good stuff for natural healing. These are things that your OBGYN may not tell you because they're a little more on the natural side. So the first one is magnesium for constipation. It's amazing. I got this because I was super constipated and my mother-in-law mixed up some for me in water, because you got to put it in water, and she put a little more than the recommended amount. And let's just say I did not have a problem with constipation that day. So it's amazing. Get yourself some. They have this, I got this from Sprouts. They also have like a Calm brand that you can get other places. Get yourself some of this for constipation. The next thing is a sitz bath. These are so amazing. Like, I didn't even know what one was before I gave birth, but then my friend was like,
oh my gosh, you need one of those.
So you basically put it on the toilet and fill it with either warm water. You can put like Epsom salt in the water. You can put some healing postpartum tea in the water, and that just helps to like speed recovery. And you just sit in it for like 15 to 20 minutes, and it will help you feel so much better and also help you heal faster. The next one is gonna be Padsicles. These are amazing too. So basically it's gonna be a pad, and you're gonna put some things on it, and then you're gonna stick it in the freezer. And I do have a little freebie that I created with a recipe for you. It's super simple. You can grab it in the description, but basically you're gonna take a pad and you're gonna take some aloe vera and witch hazel. Just make sure that, you know, it's dye-free and the witch hazel is alcohol-free and unscented. And you're just gonna kind of spread it on the Padsicle. So make sure you just get some Padsicles in the freezer before you give birth to be ready. The next one is Epsom salts. These are just amazing for so many things. They help you heal, but they also help with muscles. I know that my muscles were so sore after giving birth for a while actually. And this really helps with those, even if like your back is sore or something, that really helps. You can also put some herbal tea in your bath along with the Epsom salts. Just make sure if you're going really natural, you want to get fragrance free. The next one is a Peri bottle. So this is an official Peri bottle, and then also the hospital might give you like one of these, but this one is more helpful. So what you do with it is you're gonna fill it with warm water before you need to pee, and you could also fill it with the herbal tea, like postpartum herbal tea, and you're just gonna like
squirt it while you pee. And
it really helps because sometimes it like stings when you pee, and you also have a lot of healing to do down there. So yeah, just make sure you fill it with the warm water and squirt it, and it'll be like your bathroom best friend. Like, you will thank me later. And the last one is not super natural, but ibuprofen can be helpful for the first few days. Definitely talk to your provider about that one if they recommend that. And you do want to get dye-free if you're going natural. They do sell dye-free online. So those are all of my best tips for postpartum. I know those first couple weeks can just feel like forever, but hang in there, mama. Like, soon your body will be stronger, your mind will be steadier, and one day you'll see that you're laughing more than you're crying. You are such a great mama, and your baby knows that, and they can sense your love for them. Remember, honor your body, mama.